Hi folks, this is Roro with Roro Rants. I am not at all prepared, but I have to make a video today because I have seen so much fucking nonsense going on social media today that I just have to talk about it. We have to unite, people. We are all progressives. We are all fighting for the same things. We all want the policies that Bernie stood for. Okay? I have heard people saying that the protests that are going on all over the country are some kind of conspiracy that George Soros is paying people to protest. That is the most bullshit fucking thing I have ever heard in my life. I know people that are protesting. They're protesting against Donald Trump and his right-wing policies and his racism and his misogyny and his xenophobia and his fucking bullshit and the KKK that it's endorsing him and throwing a parade for him. And these are the things that the people are protesting against. They're not getting paid. Okay, these are the people that we need to be joining with and protesting against these things. We have a big fight on our hands. We need to all fight for progressive left values. We have a whole right-wing government now. We have a big fight to fight against. We have a big fight ahead of us if we're going to get any progressive legislation through. It's going to be very, very difficult, and we can't be splitting up into all these segments and blaming Hillary supporters and calling them shills. And no, that's bullshit. We need to unite all people that want left-wing policies to get done. You know, if people agree with most of our progressive values, but there's a few things that they disagree with us on, then they need to be educated on those things. That's what we do. That's what we're supposed to be doing. People that have channels, people who are leaders, we're supposed to be educating them, not agreeing with them, not joining their wrong ideas. So start, you know, if people are splintering off and starting to support things like racism or I don't know, whatever wrong policies that go against Bernie's revolution and our left-wing policies, then we educate them. Or if they start going, you know, turning towards, you know, oh, we don't want our tax money going on that, then we point them to Steve Grumbine's economics videos or whatever. Just things like that. You don't demonize them and call them trolls. You educate them. You get them to join us. Okay, and if you're racist and you're misogynist and you agree with Trump, you don't belong here. You don't fucking belong in our revolution. That's what the people are protesting for. I support them. I support the protesters. This is what we said we needed to do after the election. We need to fight for income inequality, for the TPP. Now, Trump, oh yeah, they're saying that it's not going through. You know something? They're just going to put through some other kind of trade policy, change the name, and sneak it through once Trump is president. That's all. He's not a fucking progressive. He's a Republican. Look at how he's picking his cabinet. They're just trying to play you, motherfuckers. Get a brain in your head. He's not going to stop the war. The war is all, foreign policy is all controlled by the national security. NSA, CIA, Homeland Security, they're the ones that really run the government. Go watch my video, Commander-in-Chief. The president is just a puppet. National security runs everything. And yes, the elections are all rigged. Hillary was supposed to win, you know, and I have a lot of inside information on all this. I'm not going to name any sources, but Hillary was supposed to win. But we have a civil war in this country. We are divided like we've never been divided before. On the right, we have a bunch of racist, homophobic deplorables. And on the left, we have what Bernie wanted. And that is the division, people. Decide who you're going to side with. And they knew no matter who won, there was going to be an uprising. If Hillary won, the uprising was going to be much, much worse, because the Trump supporters, they have guns. They were already building bunkers in Oregon and other places, and they were stocking them with guns and AK-47s and supplies of food for months and months. And this would have been like the Oregon Wildlife Refuge takeover, and multiply it by 100 all over the country, millions of people. That's what would have happened if Hillary won. If Trump won, you have what you have now. People protesting, mostly peaceful. So national security decided that it'd be more peaceful if Trump won. They didn't want a fucking uprising on their hand that they would have to put down with air power and kill a bunch of Americans. They decided it'd be better because when the left protests, they usually protest peacefully. They may damage some property, but less lives will be. So anyway, yes, it's always rigged. The thing I'm pissed about is the Jill votes. What happened to the Jill votes? Maybe they all went to Hillary, I don't know. But that whole media thing about it being close, that's all a fucking show by the media, people. They're just trying to get ratings and, oh yeah, it's close, it's close. But it's true that the majority of the people in this country are progressives. Just look at the votes. Look at my last video about post-election rant and look at the figures. There's way more people that are progressive. If you take all the Hillary supporters and all the Bernie supporters, there's way more people on the left than on the right that support Trump. It's just that we're not fucking united. We need to unite if we're ever going to beat them. Or you're going to have a country full of racist, homophobic, xenophobic, misogynist KKK. Is that what you want? Because that's where we're going, people. If you don't unite and join these protesters, instead of trying to say, oh, they're paid by George Soros. We don't want those protesters. We want our protesters. Fuck that bullshit. Most of them have no idea. Don't demonize certain groups and say, oh, MoveOn.org is somebody donated to that we don't like. Fuck that bullshit. We need all the money we can get. If there's somebody with money, like some celebrity who has a lot of money and decides he wants to donate to a liberal cause because he's liberal, yeah, we're going to take that fucking money. Stop being a bunch of babies. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. God damn it. Fuck. All right, I got to stop because I'm just getting too angry. I just got back from the doctor's. My blood pressure is like 190 over, no, it was 142 over 90. So, you know, he's saying he's looking at my doctor. My doctor's black. He's very liberal. He told me his daughter's out protesting. Her whole school arranged for a protest. They're not getting paid, people. Everybody's fucking protesting. And, you know, I told him all about my website, and he's going to look at it, and he agrees with all my stuff. And, you know, we had a long talk about that. I was his last patient today, so he had a lot of time to talk to me, and you know, so I'm sick, so I got to take care of myself. I've been running myself ragged for this whole election, and now I got to start going to the doctors and taking care of myself because I've been sick for the last few weeks and just ignoring it. But anyway, yeah, we need to join. We need to unite all the progressives, all the left, all the liberal people, or we're never going to win anything. So think about that before you start demonizing people and calling people trolls and whatever, because I see too much of that. And we can't afford to do that. Thanks. Bye.